Oh no, you own some land, but your farmhand, Ted, has called to say that the fence has fallen down in the furthest away field, and you need to get there quickly to help. You have 3 cars outside. The question is, which is going to save Ted the fastest?
The 3 cars in question are the new Land Rover Defender Octa, the high-performance Defender that has funky new 6D linked suspension and more than 600 horsepower. Then there's the also new Ariel Nomad 2, the lightweight off-road buggy from Somerset. And finally, the Ford Mustang Mach-E Rally. Let's begin in that Ford.
This is an electric Mustang that has been given a 20mm suspension lift, along with reprogrammed dampers, skid plates, rally spec wheels with all-terrain tyres and a rally sport driving mode to make the car easier to slide.
So you get that instant oomph off of the Mach-E. So that's the theoretical lowest brake horsepower per tonne of them all, but let's not forget you get that instant response off of an electric motor. Also, if he calls, I can pick up the call because it's dead quiet in here and I don't have to do anything else with one of my hands, so I've got capacity to do other things. Right, what I'm going to do is go through the water splash and we will start the clock at that point. Doesn't necessarily feel its weight all in all. It shimmies over there as it scrabbles for power a bit, but it picks up speed very quickly and has very reassuring brake pedal feel too. Good. Braking is good actually. It puts a lot of retardation back through the car. It does slow itself well on this rubber. It doesn't feel high, and now they sort of sell the Mustang as a sort of SUV, but the body weight is heavy, but the battery pack size and the position of it means that the centre of gravity is very low, so this feels very low to the ground, quite responsive, quite nimble, quite agile. Here is a hairpin, bit of understeer, bit of understeer, bit of understeer, a lot of understeer. Come on, get back on the power. Doesn't sort of drive itself out in an agile, racy sort of way, but when the power does get down, it is going. This, I think, is a quick car. This is a quick car. It's actually rather good fun. It does heave a bit. It's got a big, heavy body, and it does, you know, it's almost as heavy as the Defender, which is a much bigger car, but it slows itself really well. It goes really well. I think this is quite quick. I think I have a chance of making sure the livestock doesn't spend too long in distress. And actually, just as I sort of backed it into that corner, the back came round, nice and agile. This is back into the splash, stop the clock. A good car. I think it's a quick car.
And the Ford is a quick car. It lapped our circuit in 1 minute 47 seconds.
Now, how about seeing what the new Defender Octa can do?
Righto, Ted, I'm on my way. Let's stick it across into manual mode. I've got it in its dynamic mode. Whoa! Crikey, it moves around. Just like that. It's got a lot of power, this car. It's got a lot of power.
When I say a lot, try 626 brake horsepower from a V8 that's basically the same as used in the BMW M5-CS, with a few tweaks to do things like protect it against a water splash, which is where we start the clock.
Yoink. It does feel high, this car. It does feel a high car. I love that sound. And it's got loads of torque. I'm sort of at 4,000 RPM now in third, but it feels to me like I could be a gear higher.
Indeed you can. This car is making 553 pound-feet from 1,800 RPM, and because of its mammoth traction, even on this surface, you can use it all.
It's got amazing wheel control as well, because the ride is really settled. I am not being bucked around in here at all. Crikey, it does feel like it's a lot of car to stop. But body control is tremendous for a vehicle that is so tall. Steering remains light. It's, you know, accurate. You don't get loads back through it, but I know exactly where the wheels are pointing, and I can, as it goes through that corner, just as you sort of tuck it in on the brakes, it turns around, and I reckon it would be a pretty responsive way to get down to anywhere you needed to go. Steam coming off the brakes, which have been given a workout.
The Octa has been working its brakes because although it's heavy, it is a ferociously fast and confidence-inspiring car, lapping our circuit in just 1 minute 40.97 seconds.
And then sit back and relax in what is surely the most comfortable isolated car here, with this tremendously refined but rugged interior.
Do you know what isn't a refined, luxurious car? Well, this will come as no surprise to you, but it's the Ariel Nomad 2. It does have a very comfortable driving position, it just takes some time to get into it.
Right, so it's got a reversing camera on this now, which is cool. I'm in position 2 on the throttle. I've got the traction control off. That gives me full power, but eases the throttle response back. You can turn it up to 3, but then the throttle response is electric and it doesn't make any more power. And they think in these conditions, the good people of Ariel think it's probably better to have a slightly softer throttle response, so we'll see. Also, first time I've worn varifocal lenses with the crash helmet. And I'll be honest, I'm not loving it. Okay, the emergency call has come through. How wet am I going to get going through here? That is something to bear in mind if you have an animal stuck. Oh, but however, what a beautiful balance this car has already. Wow, and what a lot of power it's got.
The Nomad has just over 300 brake horsepower, which in terms of the other cars here isn't loads, but what it does have is super quick response because its curb weight is just 715 kilos, and that makes it agile like nothing else here.
Oh, and it already feels way wonderfully responsive and agile. As you might imagine, I mean, it's the lightest car here by miles. Oh, the steering's just fantastic. I'm getting loads of feel and feedback through it, but it's... Oh, yeah, and it moves around wonderfully. But the steering is not corrupted, it's just telling me exactly what the front wheels are up to. In a way, it doesn't feel like it's going as fast as the Ford from in here, but the speedo is already reading 70, so that suggests otherwise. It's the only car you've got to take control of the gears, of course, but the gearbox itself is pretty nice. A little bit of understeer, bit of understeer. Come on. There you go, get the back on the throttle, get it. Oh, now it sounds good. As you wind it up around the rev range. It feels like it's moving across the top of the stones a bit more, but it may be that I'm just holding more speed as it goes through. And I know exactly what's going on. You do feel more precarious than any other two because, of course, I'm exposed to the elements. The rocks are closer and look a lot bigger. But I feel like I'm also playing around with the chassis more. It's the only car I'm on the throttle down there rather than just on the brakes slowing it as I approach the water where I'm going to get soaked. Ah! Oh my God. The footwell is just... well, the stopwatch will say.
And the watch does say that the Nomad stops the clock at 1 minute 45 seconds exactly, faster than the Mustang, but 4 seconds slower than the Octa. Some of that will be traction, some of it will be the way the Octa cuts through the surface to find grip where the Nomad would skip over the top, and the rest will be confidence. If I took a few more brave pills, I strongly suspect you could go as fast in the Ariel Nomad as in the Land Rover. Besides, speed is only half the point here.
But I can tell you this is... If you want to get to a problem in the bottom field and you want to have the most fun doing it, I don't think you'll have any more fun in pretty much anything in the world than an Ariel Nomad. Well, sorry Ted, I think my phone is drowned, so if you've got any problems you have to sort it out yourself, mate. What an absolute what an absolute hoot. It's just like going camping in the rain. Every now and again you just go, oh my goodness, where's that coming from? Where's that water coming from? What a riot, what a laugh.
In summary, Ford has made the Mach-E very good fun off-road for not very much outlay. The Octa does require outlay, but what an immensely capable machine has come at the end of it. And the Nomad 2, well, that's just wonderful. The one car I think I didn't quite get the best out of, but the one I would like to spend the rest of my life trying to.
Thank you for joining me. We're here at least every week over at YouTube. We're also at autocar.co.uk all the time. You can find the entire 130-year Autocar archive at themagazineshop.com/Autocar. And this car will also do this. Oh my goodness, even if it doesn't win, buy an Ariel Nomad.